Hi, I'm Winkelmes, and I'm going to be talking about a syllabus for a course that I teach in the history department and the art department. It's a cross-listed course called Art and Politics in Renaissance Italy. And one of my goals, similar to some of the advice that you've heard already, one of my big goals for this course is for students to know very clearly what it is they're going to learn and how they're going to learn it. So both the content and kind of the process of their learning. And I noticed that when I was designing this syllabus, I looked around at lots of other model syllabuses, syllabi, the way that we all look at model syllabi when we're designing our own examples. And I noticed that in many syllabi, there's just a calendar of dates and topics, and sometimes dates, topics, and readings or assignments. And for me, that speaks largely to the content of the course, because the topics that are listed in a syllabus are often content specific to the discipline. And what I wanted to do in my syllabus was to indicate, along with that, at any given point in the term, what's the topic we're working on, and what's the skill set that students are working on in that portion of the course. And so what you'll see as we look at the one handout that I brought, there are these big block headings about Unit 1, Unit 2, and they correspond to the beginning description of the course, where you've got not just a sense of what is the content that this course is about, but what are the skill sets that you will be practicing and learning while we're walking through this content? And so those 4 skill sets are listed in the course description, and then they're broken out in these big box headings throughout the syllabus. So at any given point in time when we're meeting, there will be a topic and a set of readings that we're talking about in class, and students will also see, oh, and this is the skill set that we're thinking about. And I try to signal that in the syllabus. Then another thing that I like to do in the syllabus is provide a really clear set of expectations, not just in terms of how the students will be graded, but also in terms of what do we expect in class participation, trying to outline, what does good class participation look like? What is the kind of participation that I'm hoping for and that we should all be modeling? And I also want for students to have a sense of the quantity of the work as well. And that second sheet with the box diagram on it gives a sense of, sure, okay, I see that we have assignments and they count for this portion of the grade for the whole course, but how much work is going to be required when I do these assignments? And so I try to break that down in a small chart that gives students an overview of the quantity of work in addition to how the grades will be determined. And then within each assignment, I'll have a statement at the beginning of it that links back to the overall content piece that's headlined in the syllabus and the skill set that's also headlined in the syllabus, so that there's a kind of alignment that begins with the syllabus, and then you'll see references to that alignment inside of each particular assignment. The last point I would offer is this idea of having focus questions for students to think about while they're outside of class preparing to come to class. And you'll see examples of, I've got 3 or 4 bullet points, questions for students to think about while they're preparing for class, while they're doing the readings. And I begin every class meeting with those bullet point questions that are listed on the syllabus. So again, it's this idea that the what you're learning and how you're learning it are headlined on the syllabus, and then there's an alignment with that in every class meeting and then in every assignment throughout. Thank you.